event. This one we're going to do is the US British, it says unassisted laps. All it is, it's at Silverstone National, and the other one is the Indianapolis Speedway. They're the only two tracks you can go onto. You can use any car on it, and they're flagged. It shows you which ones to use anyway. They're all in teams of 20, and currently we're ranked 128. This is a team we've only just put together for this just this 1 week. I'll be back into the usual guru team probably next week or the week after, but for this week, maybe next week, I'm going to have a like an outside team, if you like, just to see who wants to go into the race teams and stuff. I do get quite a lot of requests on here to join my team, so now and again I do put these teams out. So you can use any car. You'll see you've got these flags on it, so that means it qualifies for that race. So because you're not allowed to use assists today, so a lot of people who don't never use them are having a bit of a learning curve. So what I'm going to do today, I am going to use chase view for all the races. Now a lot of these races take sort of 4 or 5 minutes per race. Now unless you are going to be in the top, say, top 10 of the world with this, then you might just do virtually any car. But if you want to do the top 10 of the world, then they will be racing one car, one track, continually for 2 days. That's not what most people are after. So I've been told to have a look at this. I think it was Supercar Masters. Now I personally don't like Speedway. I find it ridiculously boring. Now as for the chat thing that's going on, I can have a look at that now and again. I've got 1 or 2 places open on my team if you want to join it, but if you do join it, you've got to be racing in it. I can't have anyone in it who's not racing in it, because there's I think over the last day I've ended up, they call it kicking, it's an horrible word, but I've kicked out probably 150 people, say something like that, which is ridiculous. See Cameron and Adrian there. Now Cameron's saying he wants to join the team. Now you can join it. We're ranked at 128, something like that, and this team's called Grumpy Old Men, which suits me quite nicely. Now you can join it, but if you join it, you've got to race in it, because I can't. There's a few people in there who've done quite a lot of laps in this, and it's not fair to them to have somebody, you know, the bottom 4 or 5 who've only done whatever 50 laps. That's nowhere near enough for the people that are doing 300-400. It's not fair on them, because we have got to the stage that we might get into the gold positions. Now we'll only do that if people do put some form of effort into it, especially the ones that are coming in. And this thing seems to be stuck for some reason. Right, so here, what have we got? Oh, endurance, well, that's not worth anything. Some of these endurance races I find don't actually count. In our Guru race teams, or GUR race teams I should call them, we've got a chat box there, and a few of the blokes were having trouble with their laps counting, and it seems to be the endurance one. Right, there's 5 laps there at Indy, so that will do. So it don't really matter what car you're going, because I'm going to go in chase view, so I'm not going to win any of the races anyway, but you don't have to win them for this. All you got to do is complete them. Now I put Facebook back on with this game yesterday, And since then I've got all these horrible hang times. And, oh, well, there's a load of robots on that. Getting out of that. I like looking at other people's cars. I don't like the standard robots. I don't really care if I win or lose. That's not part of it for me. Well, this one's only got a little bit of service by the look of it. Yeah, if you get trouble like I do with this hang time of these games opening, it was fine. This was absolutely fine until I put Facebook, not so much on the game, but going on Facebook on the tablet at the, at the same time as the playing the game. It just seems to make it freeze all the time to me. A couple of questions up there earlier. I think these were from yesterday. Cameron, who has Racing Rivals? I presume that's a game. And then Eric is saying he's got Asphalt 8. I played Asphalt 7. I was quite hooked on that. But then when this game came out, Asphalt all seemed silly to me, so I didn't play it anymore. Well, is this thing ever going to load or what? Let's see if we've got Silverstone. I much prefer Silverstone. So it's like all ghosted or something. It's quite weird. That is quite typical. What I'm going to do this. Hopefully I'll have a few friends loaded up on it this time. Right, I don't know what's the matter with this. I'm sure the internet's fine. Well, as it's only chase view and it's the worst car, it's probably not a bad thing to because I'm so bad at chase view anyway. So where a lot of you are struggling with using no assist today, I'm really the same boat, because I'm going to use chase view and use this event to get used to it a little bit more. So it's quite good really, because it doesn't matter if you obviously don't win. Now, these standard robots are nowhere near as fast as playing against friends anyway. Races I have played today haven't been this far down. They've all been in the F1 cars and grip friends. If I said Spider-Man, it's Spoder-Man. I'll check the race teams periodically, so because I have to keep clearing people out, because I have so many people join this and then an hour later they still haven't raced at all, or they've done whatever 40 laps in a whole day. That is just, that unfortunately is just not good enough. It's got to be, it's got really wants to be a couple of 100 laps a day. If I can get another couple of people in this team that are going to race, then we will end up in the goal positions. So I'm only looking for 2 more really. This race is, it's obviously at Indy. It's a 5-lap race, and I think it was in Pro Series. apart from that I don't know, but we'll find out after the end of this. It will come up at the end anyway. It's only a 5-lap thing. No doubt he'll come across, so I'm going to let him go. And then hurry him up a bit on the corner. I don't think this car had much service, so I'm pretty sure this is gonna be in the red after this. This is going to be quite strange for me, doing quite a few races in chase view. But as I say, the good thing is, because you don't have to win, it doesn't matter, and I'm not going to lose out hardly any fame, because the fame points you get for these races are absolutely terrible anyway. Even if you win, you only get about whatever 1100 or something, which takes forever to get any form of near levelling up, whatever. Now, if I can't get close to winning in this, I've got no chance against the friends, because they are far faster than just these standard robots. Can't quite make out what the two cars are in front. I'm a little bit too far away. But this car in the series is the lowest spec one, I'm pretty sure. So chances are this is not really going to be anywhere near man enough to win it anyway. So third in the lowest ranked car is probably not bad. A little spin so you can see what the car looks like. Or not, as the case may be. Right, so that added 5 laps to the team score. I'm going to do a retry, because that's in the red anyway. That's what my car looks like. Little Italia Lambo. I'll do this one, let's go have a look in cockpit view, because I don't think I've done a cockpit view in this car. After this I'm going to go into the F1 cars for a couple of races, probably at Silverstone. So as you can see on here, I'm not going to come any. Well, I don't like the idea of that coming up. What have I got all that coming up for? Good job we're not on a time trialers, mate. That really would give you the. That would give you the ump, wouldn't it? The fact this car is now in the red is probably the reason it's not sliding as much, because it's not going to get the same top speed. So after this I'm going to definitely jump into F1 cars and have a look at Silverstone. But now I've started this race, I'm just going to finish it off. They only normally take about 5 minutes per race anyway, so if you do 10 races at 5 minutes, that's obviously 50 minutes racing with a bit of retries and stuff, and that gives you 50 laps. So anyone who's raced less than 50 laps in a whole day plainly aren't really taking any part in the race teams. To be in these things, you have got to put some time in here, otherwise you're just going to restrict any of the ones that are doing quite a few laps with any chance whatsoever of getting any reward out of it. So if you join race teams, obviously take part in them, or join teams that have got no intention of winning any gold rewards whatsoever. There's a lot of teams like that about. I don't know if this car feels like it's going better in the red, or whether it's because I'm now in cockpit view for this one that it seems as though it's going better. When you don't hit the wall, you're alright, eh? With 270 kilometers per hour in the red, I've got no idea what that is. I just use miles per hour. 100 kilometers is 60. That's about 150, somewhere around here, I suppose. Doesn't look much like a Lambo from inside, does it? I'm going to check after this who's in the team, and if there's any really zero scores and somebody's been in the team a little while, then I'm going to have to kick them out and try somebody else. But that's another 5 laps. I'm not going to service that car because I'm not going to use that anymore today. And I've only got 3 mechanics. Got massive hang time here again. This is the only thing with when you just retry races, you obviously don't get this hang time. But swapping to another race or whatever, it's just a bit of a nightmare. This has definitely got something to do with Facebook. Because what I did, I reset the tablet, just put the game on, and a couple of other things, not much, but just a couple of other bits and pieces. No Facebook app. Game run really well. Then I went onto the Facebook website and posted something on there from the tablet, and ever since then I've got these ridiculous hang times again. And it gets so bad sometimes that I even turn the thing off and back on, but then I'm back to square one with a terrible hang time on that as well. So when I record the special events and this hang time happens, that's why it takes me quite a while sometimes to put the videos on, because with this hang time, when I just quickly edit it afterwards, it only takes me sort of 5 minutes or whatever, but I cut all these hang times out. What we collecting? 200% racing dollars. No good to me, I'm afraid. So I will not be using it. I bet that's what the hang time was. Come on, I pressed it. Do something. So tomorrow night is going to be 30 gold for midnight. Come on. I bet it's an advert. I bet it's an advert that's messing it all up. One of these stupid things about Sims or something or other. Oh come on, this is stupid. The adverts that they've got about their own game seem to be coming on a little bit more than they used to previously. I don't think that helps either. What is Racing Rival? Is it a game? Don't think I play Racing Rivals. Well, this looks like it's stuck to me. Well, I'm going to have a wager on it that there's an advert, and that's what's sticking it. Going to be an EA game advert, I reckon. It's definitely stuck, isn't it? Oh, at long last. Right, so look at that team. It was about 127 last time I looked. These servers have some terrible trouble. Everyone has this, it's like ages to load with this server as well. Let me have a look at the teams. Well, there's not a lot happening here either, is there? But yeah, I'm logged in alright. But I've got multiple people, as you can see there, all the same people. So I've only got 2 people on the leaderboard there, garage value. That'll be the same for driver level and whatever. Driver level 1000, I don't believe you can even get to 1000. Well, that looks all pretty stuck as well. These little glitches are what really put a lot of people off. Right, well, I don't know how long this is going to take to come back. I'm going to race something because it's getting... Sure, it's just still count anyway. What have we got there? That one, Silverstone National. Five laps in the F14. And funnily enough, the National Circuit Silverstone is quicker to get round here than it is getting round a lap at Speedway, even though it's sort of virtually a circle. These cars are pretty hard to drive, I think. In fact, I daren't even try and drive that chase. It looks silly. At least I've now got a full grid of friends, so that's going to make it a lot more difficult than racing the standard robots. I'm definitely going to get spun off, I would think. These cars are terrible at slow speed cornering. I don't know what they're like if you've got assists on. I don't ever use them, but for you that do use assists, I wonder if that makes them pretty good. Because they're terrible with no assists anyway. Now, I could probably go around this copse at full speed, but I don't actually know whether I could or not. You can see they are quite a long way away from the front four. It's always a really, really difficult track to win this national track, I find. Doesn't matter what car you're in. It's alright against the standard robots, but once you're against a grid full of friends, it seems to be, I think, the hardest track to win on. Car in front, look, GUR1, that looks like Craig Thompson's avatar. I don't think he's ever been in Team 1. I was in, he might have been in it last time perhaps. Sorry. So quite a bit too slow there for that to win it, but 5 laps is all you're after. So you don't get anything for fame points anyway, which is all I'm interested in. Fame's probably not even, what is it, 1160. Absolutely hopeless. If you need racing dollars, it's probably not a lot good either. I mean, I got double, I think that was 100% fame for that, so that's only worth 13,000 anyway, so even if you need racing dollars, it's not a lot good. I'm going to do probably one more after this, and I'm going to try and check the teams again to see if we've got any new ones that have come in but haven't done any laps. So I would have done 15 here plus the other couple of 23 or 27 laps, one or the other. If I can do that in about half hour, then that shows you the level that people have been racing. Doing a racing team, you are in it to racing it, not just to sit there hoping to try and pick a bit of gold up. At low speeds, these F1 cars, I've noticed that you can't be, if you're turning the steering wheel and accelerating at low speed, it will just slide straight off. That's for me anyway. High speeds you're right, low speeds, terrible. Catalonia you're from, are you? Take it you're a Barcelona fan then? I can't imagine there's anybody in Catalonia who isn't a Barcelona fan. No, Dave, it's not quite updated, upgraded fully. It's got, there's a couple, I'm not sure it's only one, there's definitely at least one upgrade I haven't got on this. Question there from Stephen. Yeah, I said it a little while ago, you probably missed it. This is, I think, is the most difficult track to win on out of all of them, probably because there's not really any shortcuts on here. Well, there are a couple. You could just throw it straight across that corner here, but I don't know if it'd even benefit you on certain cars. I don't think it does benefit. So the best I got there was third. Car's now going to be in the red. I'm going to do one more in that, even though it's in the red. Then I can check the teams. So anyone that's got no score in there, they're going to have to go out straight away, and I'll put somebody else in. So if you Colin there, Damien, Sylvester, saying about they want to join the team. So I get a lot of people say they want to join the team all the time. Joining the team and racing in the team are two different things. Loads of people want to, you know, they say they want in the team, but then when it comes to it, they don't race. A golden question. I never answer it, Brandon, sorry. I went off track there. There's loads of different ways of doing it. Apps, GoPros, linking it up to iMac. There's loads of screen recorder apps you can use. Whichever one you like is really up to you. I don't use any of them, by the way. I might be able to go around cops here at full speed as it's in the red. No, I won't. I realised that just as I come out of cops there, that wasn't going to get through there. This is the hardest part of the track to get right, and I'll never ever get it right. Now and again I look over at the tab laptop to see messages. I'll come to Ian's in a minute. I've got 7 cars left Ian to get. They're all the gold ones. But I've spent quite a lot of gold on the customization shapes and alphabets, letters and stuff. I got a little bit fed up with the game, just racing round and round and round and round, because I got to level 215, then quit the game and started again about a month after that, and I'm now at 270 or 280, something like that. Somewhere around there anyway. So had I not spent the gold on shapes, letters and alphabets on probably 100 cars, I may then have been able to obviously buy the rest of the cars, obviously if I didn't upgrade them as much as either. So like anything else, you know, if I started again now, in a year's time, would I be any further than what I am now? Maybe, maybe not. I've thought about starting it again. It's certainly a lot easier now. There's a lot more. It's a lot easier to earn gold and stuff now than it ever used to be. It's, you know, there's much better cars to use now. You don't really get any more gold. No, you actually lose gold, I'd say, being in a team. If you get, say, top 100 in here, it's probably worth about, whatever, 300 gold maybe, 400 gold for the whole team. Bear in mind there's going to be 20 of you. So you're not looking at a lot of gold. 400 gold between 10 is 40, so it's 20 gold each, isn't it? Not a lot. It's about that anyway, I think. Well, I'm going to look at the teams now, and anyone who's really low, I'm going to have to kick out. Yeah, so that we said about, do you earn more gold? You know, you get sort of 20, what I said, for, but then you're racing for 2 days. These events are either a day, 2 days or 3 days. Most of them seem to be 2 days. The 3 day race team things. It just goes on too long. I don't think I'll take part in them again ever. But the 2 days ones, even if you get in the gold, you know, I probably won't get in the gold in this, but if you do, then you would get more than 20 gold just by levelling up. Done that right. So look at this teams. Right, 126th, so we stayed about the same position. Right, I'm on 292, Chew there 472. So a few of us are on sort of 270. Chew there's done miles better than everybody else. Right, it's down the bottom. Tom T, Richard S. Right, they've done no laps whatsoever, so they're going. So even in the time I've been there, I should have done something or other. Right, let's have a couple here down the bottom. Gasp, Ridwan, Luke Moore hasn't been in it very well, so I've got 2 spaces open there. Level 82 is not a bad level. It takes a while to get to level 82. I mean, if I was to, you know, it gets harder and harder. The higher you get, the longer it takes to level up each time. For me to level up, I have to do 4 races at Le Mans on the 10 lapper race. I have to win them all and use double fame manager, and then I will level up. It takes me 4 of those to do it. Here I am in the UK. I'm near London. Right, this one, if you're watching, Mr. CB, you promised me earlier on you would get 1,000 laps. You've done 87 so far. Oops, really kicked you out by mistake there. Right, so there's 2 spaces there if anyone there wants to join this, and we're not that far off of gold. The top 100 get gold. We're in 126. So if we get 2 players that can spend a few hours and get some laps done in this, you could be in this team and you could get some gold out of it. As you can see, there's 2 spots open. They will fill up pretty quick usually, but 4 messages there, so no, that 2 of those messages with me kicking the last 2 out. So leaderboard wise, whatever went to the right page, wasn't it? Well, where's my right Guru team 1? That's my team I'm usually in 11th. You can see there, you know, pedaling a lot more than most of us lot are. So 500 off there is a pretty common score there. Heather's doing well, first event for her, and beating Ted. Mike, don't know what's happened to him, he's normally the top scorer. Bjorn, he had trouble with his scores counting. Don't know if his scores are counting as yet, but they weren't earlier on. So 127. We're on 3018. So top 100 get scores. So we are short by about 500 laps. So if we'd have had 1 person, you know, out of that Guru team 1, then we would be in goal position now. If we're 2 of them, we'd easily be in gold. So all we want is a couple of people that are obviously going to race a bit. Look, I'm Guru team 2 there, that's my 2nd team. So have a quick look at them, how they're doing. So you've got John Francois there, he's a captain, and then Leo's doing the best out of them. Let's put a couple little 300. A lot of these. Shannon has just joined, so is Sergio and David. I'm pretty sure they've only just joined. But all in all, they normally do better than that. They're not going to be best pleased with that, so they're out of gold prizes as well at the moment. But they'll come strong tomorrow, I'm sure. Right, time to do a few more races. There's loads of different ways of recording, Brandon. Loads. Right, Silverstone. BMW, Audi needs a service. I might put that in service actually. I don't know what that no, I can't put it in service. Right, so 5 laps around Silverstone. I'm going to go in the Beamer. I'm going to put it in chase view. Have a little bit more practice in chase view because I'm absolute hopeless at it. So although a lot of people don't like driving with no assist, you know, they are used to the whatever assist. Some people are used to all of them, but it's a good way to get you used to it. So I'm going to do exactly the same thing, but just by practicing here and just going in chase. Because I know I'm rubbish at it and I know I need to improve, so the fact you don't need to win on here, it's the ideal opportunity to have a practice at it, just to spend a bit of time doing it. So it's a really difficult track to win. Anyway, even in the right car, in the green, it's still a difficult race to win. If you make any mistakes, you've virtually got no chance in winning. My favourite car is the R8. Always has been. Oh, thanks. Well, this is probably a pretty close second, to be fair. The car I use the most, God, I'm getting bullied here, aren't I? The car I use the most is the Toyota Le Mans car and the Nissan Le Mans car. But then I have to use them all the time because, you know, for the farming races, once you play the game for a while, you have to do your farming race, and when you get quite high level, your farming race is Le Mans 10 lappers. That's the only race that's worth doing. But for driving, you know, pound for pound best car is this and the R8, I think. But because the R8 is a lot cheaper to buy, oh, that's what for me makes it the best car in the game over this one. Stupid place to put a wall. As I say, if I was in my usual hood view or cockpit view, I'd be pretty disappointed. Obviously coming 10th, but because I'm not too worried about that. Obviously the idea of this today is to use this, because it is boring going round and round and round all the time. The idea is to use it for something that you need to use it for. And in my case, that is driving in chase, because I'm absolutely hopeless at it. But like anything else, if you are bad at something, you're never going to get any good at it if you don't you know, practice. But so that's my method behind my madness anyway. Yeah, Danny, it is fully upgraded, this car. A lot of my cars really are fully upgraded these days. I never used to be. I sort of chipped away bit by bit, but really you don't need them fully upgraded. If you've got, say, 22 upgrades on a car, then almost all of them you could easily get away with upgrading it to about 16 or 17, so you'd still win most of the time. The last few upgrades probably only give you maybe a second a lap. Do you know that you can put the camera view higher in this? I certainly don't want it any higher. I know you can change the camera view from, I know you get the bumper cam changes it. I'll have a look at it. It's not the to make it easier to judge corners. I can judge all of the, I know all of the tracks virtually inside out in hood view. I just can't connect driving. I didn't want to do that before. I'll pause that and I'll look at that camera. I struggle with chase view because I never feel connected with the car because I'm behind it. Right, so that says bonnet cam is low and high, and I didn't know, and bumper cam. Now you were saying about you can do it. No, I didn't know you could do it on chase, and by the way, you can't do it on chase. Now, do you think that changes that? Let's put that on high and that on high, and we'll have a look. Right, so I'm going to change. Right, so I'm not worried about the wind anyway. Right, so look at these other views. Right, so there's a higher bumper cam. Now let's get out of the way, Starry. That to me doesn't look any different to the normal bumper cam, although it says high. Whoa, now some people who are going from chase view to bonnet view, that might not be a bad idea using this one. Because I'm certainly a lot better at hood view than I am with anything else. I'm probably 4 seconds a lap quicker in hood view than I am in any of the others. Totally different driver. But I know what I can do in that one. That looks a bit strange. Oh look, my bonnet smashed up. Looks like I don't normally see that view. That looks a bit weird. Yeah, it certainly doesn't affect you. I didn't think it did, but I thought as you said it, I'd have a look. You know, we all are quite guilty once we've played this game a while. We all get a bit pig-headed sometimes and think we know it all. And it quite often turns out, no, you don't. So it's always worth if somebody says, you know, try this or try that, you know, give it a go. It doesn't hurt. What is the first person view? I'm not, you know, I don't really know. There's first person, second person and third person. I've got no idea. Which one's chase, cockpit and whatever. What is this, chase? This is third person, I presume. I haven't on Ustream. It used to be blue, yeah, but I changed it. I change these quite often. Once I've done the vinyls on them, I just change the colours sometimes. The pattern's still the same as it was, but where the back of it like there is blue, so most of the car mainly is red with red. Fair enough, I'll get out of the way then, shall I? Where the car is red mainly with blue trim, it used to be the other way round, obviously mainly blue with bits of red trim. It's quite aggressive, isn't it? Yeah, cockpit. Just chuck me off the track, why don't you? Oh my god, have that. Yeah, cockpit are quite. It depends on the car. Some cars cockpit view I like. Others I don't. Say that the Z4 GT3 one. I love the cockpit in that. All the Paganis cockpits in those are all fantastic. LMP cars quite like the cockpits in those. But some of the cockpit views don't like at all. Hood views always been my preferred view. That's where I can drive the best anyway. But I consider the cockpit view drivers, if that's your view all the time, then you are in my view a proper driver. I wonder how we'd get on with a little expo around here. That's going to be hopelessly outpaced, isn't it? Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a break. I'm going to make a cup of tea and I'm going to be back in about 5 minutes. I'm just going to go make a cup of tea, so if you're still here then go get yourself a drink or whatever. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Cheers. Right, that's better. Needed a drink. Here I am here, Eric. I just had a break. I just said I was going to quickly make a cup of tea. Been doing it for a while. We'll do a couple more races. I need to look at the teams, don't I? Put that on. So quite a few have done well in the team here. Well, I've only just scraped over 300 laps. Parlavon John, was it Parlavon John? He's gone well. I'm pretty sure that's his first one in it. Right, what have we got here? Right, so the last two here. When did I join? Less than an hour ago. Right, so they've only just joined, but I need to stick some laps on because they're going to have to go otherwise. Gasp and Ridwan. They've been the same for ages. As I say, the ones that want to, you know, get some gold out of this, they're not going to, with people down the bottom not scoring many laps. Now I was on 302. I think I was on about, I think I must have probably done 40 or whatever in the last hour easy. So that means they've only raced for about an hour in a whole day, which isn't enough. So I'm going to do a couple of races here anyway. I'm going to try that little expo at Silverstone. You've got no chance in that whatsoever. Look at the top speed of this, 269 compared with, I mean, they're even faster than that even when they're totally in the red. But she's got really good grip. You can't really compete with the Audis and the BMWs with this on any track really, I don't think. Even at somewhere like Melbourne you can't really do it. But it just gives you that little opportunity to have a go at the different view or something that you're not used to. In my case being chase view. Get out of the way. That's a good little avatar, Arthur. Try and sneak down the inside. You notice when you get the friends, full grid of friends, the reason they're so much faster is that they, you know, they adjust the robot cars so that they are geared up to have some form of upgrades and stuff on them from the standard robots. Now if I was against the standard robots, there'd be a couple of these Expos, a few Audis, and then probably only one or two BMWs. But against the full grid of friends, then you're going to get almost all BMWs. There might be one or two Audis chucked in, but he tried that, didn't he? So where I would obviously benefit in this car with a much better grip around some of the little tight corners, but I don't honestly know the lines in this view. Well, I know the lines, but I just can't hit them in this view. That's the problem. As soon as you get onto this Wellington straight, the BMW's just, you know, just gone, aren't they? Even when they're right at the back, like we are here. No chance in catching any of the leaders. So this is my best opportunity around Luffield, Brooklands and Luffield there. Try and get helping hand from him. Coming off the cops is always good. This is one of the most difficult corners, I think, on any track on the whole game. So leave me a comment. What's your favourite cars in the game yourselves who are watching? I would have said mine's the Audi R8, maybe the M3. These 5 laps around here sure do go quick. So hopefully next time round here I might do a bit better than this, because I've got a bit of an idea where I'm going now. I'm going to try and do better than 13th for my next one. You said is that the first GTR? It's a good car, but it's really, the acceleration is brilliant, but it certainly does know how to slip and slide about everywhere, doesn't it? So at this, you get 2 races at this before it goes into the red. Now when it gets into the red, going around cops there, you can take that flat out because it's not quite got the same top speed. So I'm going to try and beat what I did last time, getting 13th. I want to try and beat that. You're certainly not going to get top 5 in this car anyway, even if you drive it really well. It's a nice car. So that's why I like racing against friends, because you see some really good liveries and stuff that people do. The plain white ones, the stock ones here, don't certainly notice, but when you get like Jason there with even though he did crash me off the track, his blue BMW looked nice, and I've got this red and white one behind me again. I'll come out of that better this time. Also, I'm not going to bet a 13th. Is that the only GTR you got then, Brandon? Surely once you get the Sumo powered and the... what's the other one? Williams or something, isn't it? Virtually identical. Because they seem more like the M3 ALMS to drive to me, the Sumo powered ones and what have you. Look, I'm complimenting your car, go away. So he's got a nice car and he's still trying to knock me off the track. Yeah, that first one, it's really, really fast. Acceleration is brilliant. But it's so difficult to control. Now that, I think I'd really, really struggle in any view, let alone being in chase. Yeah, that Nissan I've got almost fully upgraded. That is so fast, that thing at Le Mans. That goes down the straights. I think it goes to about 252. For me anyway. It depends how you go, how well you go around Tertre Rouge on that. But for me, if I take it quite well, it'll get to about 252. Right, so I need one more place to beat last time, so I did 13th last time. Right on my racing line where I needed to get off at Cops there quicker. Right, I might be able to nick, I reckon, 2 spots here, so I'll get 12th then. Go away. Oh, there's an Audi. That's about the only Audi I've seen. Well, if I can defend this, then I've done better than 13th. Aha, 12th. Well, I'm going to do one more and then I'm going to check the teams again, because those bottom 2 haven't done any laps. Bearing in mind, if you join a team, you should be, you know, if you're going to join it, you're going to then go straight, you know, you should be racing in it. So if they're on no laps still, they're going to get kicked as well. All I ever seem to do is kick players out. It's really annoying. I'd like to spend a lot less time sort of looking at the team, and because obviously I get all the other team members, kick this one out, kick that one out. They've only done whatever 50 laps in the last 3 hours. I've started playing this since the first week it came out. Got to level 215. Just playing a standard robots. Didn't know you could get things like friends on the game and earn extra money that way. Or the only time I ever saw any real people, if you like, was on the online multiplayer. And everyone there just seemed to cheat, it seemed to me. Everyone cut across all the corners because that wasn't limited at the time. And everyone had, you know, most people had hacked the game. Everyone had 21 billion gold and whatever. But I've always liked driving what I've earned through racing. To me, I just not interested in clicking it and you've got the car and all the upgrades. It just doesn't appeal to me. I know it does to the majority of people. It seems to anyway. There's certainly a lot more hackers than there are legit players. But it's never appealed to me. But like, I'm obviously one in the minority because, say, I know most people seem to me have hacked the game. But just not for me really. So anyway, I got to about level 215, quit, and about a month later on I started again. Didn't know you could do things like cloud saving. Didn't know about Facebook groups. Didn't know anything at all of that. Started again from 0. And I'm now at, it's either 270 or 280. But again, I've earned it all. Never hacked it or anything like that. And I went into a few different Facebook groups. I've probably been in all the main ones in, you know, my area, sort of Western Europe. So I'm in the UK. But the groups that people go into, if you're English speaking, European, or America, Canada, Australia, you know, all the English speaking ones. I've been in probably all of the groups. And then I decided to make my own group called Real Racing Chat Lounge. And sort of took from the other groups that I'd been in previously what I thought was good about them, but also what I didn't personally like about them either, and I sort of, you know, left them out of my group. And now we are the biggest group for legit players that there is. We haven't got as many as some of the real, you know, the massive groups that have got 3,000-4,000 players, but there's a huge chunk of those are hackers, and it's not what we wanted as a group. We wanted a group that everyone's earned their way through it. I've not really got anything against hackers, it's everyone to their own, to be honest, but the group that I'd made was, and is, just really sort of for like-minded people. The people who have gone through the game like I have, it's just, you know, I think there's about 270 of us, something like that, so we are the biggest group for legit players out there. Nick Long, how do you record your videos? Oh, never seen that. Low battery, have I? Don't give it out, to be honest. There's loads of different ways of doing it. The screen. You do videos anyway. I think I've heard you do videos yourself. I'm sure you do. I've seen your name before, and I thought I saw you. Somebody said you've done it. You've done videos yourself. Right, they must have got going now. Barry C, you was in there yesterday and you didn't do any laps whatsoever. Right, so these, right, Vlad joined and Vlad left again. Barry C has joined, but you was in here yesterday, Barry. I'm going to give you half an hour, hopefully. Something was wrong yesterday and you were coming into race. That would be excellent. When did they join? Well, I'm going to do another couple of laps and then I'm going to check that one more time, and then it's going to be bedtime. I think it's quite late. What's we going? Anything in here? Dodge Viper SRT Showcase. Right, endurance seems to not work for some reason. Pretty much like my tablet. I don't honestly like any car in the Pro Series, I don't think. Desire's alright, I suppose. What's in Dodge Duel? So when I sort of drive the LMP cars all the time, that's the only cars that I sort of like really. Don't do head to head, boring. So that's trouble when you're limited to 2 tracks. Oh, it's endurance again. Oh, Speedway. Right, see 2 laps, just they're not worth doing 2 laps. To clock up a bit, you need. Oh no, I do. I'm going to go into the F1. I think there's a 5 move. I think there's a 5 lapper in one of these in the 412. It's a horrible sound when the car's on its own. That's only for the F14, that's in service. What's this last one? So I can only do. Oh, we've got a funny looking screen again. As you can see, I've not finished this F1 series yet. Probably lacking a couple of upgrades or something. How is the stream, by the way? Is it because I've had, I think I've changed the settings on here probably, no kidding, 100 times. Quite often when you stream it's either laggy, the sound doesn't work, what else goes on with it? It stops and starts all the time, the quality's terrible. There are so many different settings, it's unbelievable. Right, this doesn't look like it wants to, doesn't want to come alive, this. Where are you, Brandon, anyway? This looks like it's packed up to me. The wheel's not even going around. I see, I don't really want to turn it off and back on again, like the old typical IT crowd saying, because then I'm going to have a hang time guaranteed at the start. So it's not as even the tablet's hot or anything like that, it just seems to be, you know, it certainly got a lot worse when I did put Facebook on it. That certainly got much worse. But since they've started putting the adverts on, then, don't know about you, but I mean, I paid a little bit of money to get rid of the adverts, the normal adverts talk about between every single race. But recently I'm getting adverts from EA about playing Sim City or Madden or something or other. Four laps, I was hoping for more than 4 laps. Head to head, no good. What's number 6? Right, so I can't do that anyway, so it's 4 laps in at Speedway. Now this sounds terrible. I'm not going to play any music, Eric, because whatever music you play, people will be saying that music's crap. Whatever music is, so no matter what music, there is not one type of music that appeals to everybody. Apart from that, I'm racing, not playing music. Right, now that view, I don't know about you who use chase view, but be fair, that is just plain silly. I mean, most chase views now I can. Oh, fair enough. There's always a bit of a smash up there. Most chase views I can live with, but that is just a toy. Another crash up here. See, I like the game to be as realistic. I mean, none of us are racing drivers in real life and stuff, but I like it to be as real, go away, as real as a game can be. That's what put me off of Asphalt 7 once I played this game, because there is a fair degree of realism in this game, which is what I like about it. But this just looks silly. Best sounding on the cars on the game, I think, are the Aston Martins. I think they sound absolutely fantastic. As a Mercedes, the GT3, that sounds really good as well, but the Astons have got a sound all to themselves. I'm going to hang back a bit here because I think it'll probably took me out. Another crash. Ooh. Oh, lap 4 already. Certainly don't take long in this little thing, does it? He's chilled back, isn't he? That boy is not going to be doing a lot for the next couple of hours. He's laying back. I'll bet you any money like he's got a tin of beer in his hands. Right, so racing dollars, 4,100 and a bit of bonus, so 5,000 racing dollars. Rubbish. Obviously you get that friends extra bonus, which I didn't know when I first started playing the game. So it's worth 10,000 altogether. Exactly. Fame, not even 1,000. Hopeless. I only watch Top Gear. I did watch Top Gear before I got rid of Jeremy Clarkson. Now I don't know if that's available in other countries as well. Oh, I forgot to go there. Obviously in Britain we get Jeremy Clarkson, a little midgety bloke, and the old Captain Slow. But Jeremy Clarkson, I mean, he is Top Gear for us in Britain. I don't know if anyone else gets him abroad. As for watching car racing on TV, I normally watch the Formula 1 and the British touring cars, and then sometimes if there's the good V8 supercars from Australia, I watch them. They're probably my favourite racing. I keep stopping this. My favourite racing series is the V8 supercars in Australia. I think they're the most exciting racing out of anything. That was always going to happen, wasn't it? And probably about it. don't particularly like any of the American car racing. Can't stand. Now NASCAR looks brilliant if you're there, but as a spectacle to watch on TV, as a spectacle to watch on TV, where's the track gone? Who's moved the track? As a spectacle on TV, don't do anything for me whatsoever. Don't know what's. Oops, I'm looking over at the laptop again. What's IMSA? I don't know what IMSA is. There's so many racing things on TV though. NASCAR sound brilliant. I mean, I've seen some YouTube clips where there's a film sort of privately right next to the track, and when them cars go thundering past, I mean, they make some fantastic noise. So being there, I think, would be brilliant. But watching it overhead camera don't do anything for me whatsoever. The Indy cars, not Indy cars, what's them things called? Yeah, it might be Indy cars. It's like Formula 1, but they go round and round and round like this thing. This is so boring. This thing here going round and round and round this. How anybody gets any enjoyment out of that, I've got no idea. But Formula 1 cars, as a spectacle, brilliant. When you go and watch them live, the noise the F1 cars are brilliant. No, I've never heard of the Rolex 25. What is it? Or 24? Never heard of it. Let's go back to that chase. I'm meant to be doing chase, aren't I? There's so many races called the Indy 500 and the 24-hour Le Mans cars. I think the as a spectacle, I've not been to the Le Mans, and it would probably only take me probably 3 hours to get there. I'd love to go and see that one day. These are the these robot cars, and I'll give you a thrashing, don't they, sometimes? It's like you are going off the track and you've got no choice about it, especially when you're in a red, you've got no chance. Smashed up, spun round, chucked into the wall. But I'm still going to pick up my 4 laps for the team. That's all I'm worried about. Yeah, I do like the Le Mans. I like it's called the Blanc Pain series. They're all like the GT3 cars. That looks brilliant. Loads of good series about. Don't particularly like bikes much. Well, we'll be lucky to catch anyone at this rate. It's like limping back like an old poor old wounded dog, this is. A wounded dog has been run over. Where you been anyway, Eric? I've not heard from you for a while. You was pretty active at one point. I've still got another lap. I thought this was the last lap. Well, they're going to come around and bash me up just for good measure, I'll tell you what. I was going to try and pit him, but He's going too fast for me to even have a chance of doing that. I've got a back marker here on pit. He's got to be the one in front of me, isn't he? Aha! Oh no, I can't. He's a Guru team member. Not allowed to pit him. No, pit you though. Ah. Come on now. You're going to come last if you're not careful. No, I'm last. Oh, helping hand. Maybe I'm not. Oh, still didn't catch him. Right, so just over a day of this to go. I can't put anything in service, I don't think. I've still got 32 minutes for that, 3 hours and a half hour for that one, so I'm not going to carry on with that anyway. So all we're going to do is look at the teams, if this don't get stuck again, that is. Probably is going to get stuck. Well, I'm not going to bore you with waiting for this screen to load up again. So thank you all for your comments. I'm going to look at the team when this sorts itself out, and if they've still not done any laps, then they're going to have to get kicked as well and get 2 more in and see if they do any laps. If they've done any laps, obviously they'll stay in and get monitored. Thanks for all your comments on the various sites that this is going to, particularly Brandon. You've been the most commenter tonight, I think, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers.